the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on their in-state rivals to the north, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior, whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and doing everything in his power to follow through.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Lawrence. Got a man, that's Hunter. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Brings up third down.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Lawrence on the sneak. And he will have a Jaguars first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They go play action with Lawrence. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Straight ahead, ETN. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence going to throw again. That is caught. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. ETN. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
A 4-yard loss on the play.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. One more time with ETN. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jags post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here this 2nd quarter. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. There's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. looking to put a drive together. Mayfield. This is caught by Evans. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. They go play action. Mayfield. That one too wide and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Mayfield now. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cade Otton, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive in total 8 plays. And Cade Otton capped things off with a touchdown grab. Team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, nice move. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The man in motion is Brown. Now Lawrence. It's complete to Brown, right side. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Gain of 9 yards. That's good. We're on Jaguars. First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Hunter now will go in motion left. Lawrence will throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. The Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. A quick throw. Here's Shepard. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And he goes out right around the 39.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Here's Mayfield. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And for Mayfield, this could be a free play. Going across the formation, there's Otten with it. Big strides, look at him go. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Cade Otten capped things off with a touchdown grab. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, often to great success.
Now Lawrence to throw. He completes it to Hunter. And he goes out right around the 39. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be second down.
Second and 6.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. Etienne bringing in another one. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
At the 40-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. With the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Mayfield on play action. He completes it to Evans. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that will bring up second down.
A gain of 4. Second and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Now Mayfield. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Play fake. Mayfield. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Second and 10. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Mayfield looks to throw. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Buccaneers.
Handoff running left, Irving. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Looks feels to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This 2nd and 4. Throwing, Mayfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
4 yards to go.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This from 42 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll look to ETN to start things out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Lawrence got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas.
I'll give him credit there. Nice job on the drag route. Bring the receiver across the field, hope he can catch it in stride and turn it up. He was able to do just that, although he's just a little bit short of the first down.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll run with ETN. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Jaguars, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They go play action with Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 38 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. So a strong drive here to lead off off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine, but going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Back now in Jacksonville, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Mayfield to throw him. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield.
This defense has passed its first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Mayfield down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They work now on 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got some space here. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They run out of the gun with Irvin. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Once again, it's Irvin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
White is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
This is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Shifts past him. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Jaguars offense and Travis Etienne set to take over once again. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
Brings up second and 1 at the 36-yard line.
Etienne up the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
A gain of 6. And the Jaguars first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Here's Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Throwing now, Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne.
That completion works out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Lawrence. Now he's going to step up and run. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Now the try here for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Baker. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Here comes 2nd down. Mayfield to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's got a 1st down to the 40-yard line, but the clock runs. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Pass complete to Shepard. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mayfield. And is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd down. Mayfield. That's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Mayfield. Throw right side here, going to be incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
So the Bucs going to have a chance to go down and win it. They'll get the ball first here in overtime. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out come the Bucs now. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 26. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. 48 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. The first throw in overtime for Mayfield now. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Mayfield. He completes it to Evans. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come forward.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
This one taken in by Otten. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And again, it's Mayfield. Finding Otten once more. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down.
Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Now remember again, a touchdown wouldn't win it just yet, but it can give them a big leg up. It's 2nd down. Irving. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Another chance to maybe end it right here. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run with Irving. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. And now 4th down. What do you do?
And after being stuffed on that play, it puts a little doubt in the minds of a head coach who has the football, I'm sure. Do we go for it here? Do we take the 3 points and continue to play on? Because you know he wants to get in the end zone. That ends the game. But I've been on the defensive side before. They've got to be energized right now and almost challenging them to go for it because they've got to be confident.
And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Jaguars 24.
following the touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level. I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's second down. Now we'll see what Lawrence can do in overtime. And he is out of bounds with the first down as the clock ticks inside of 30 seconds.
Gain on the play. And the Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Now he's going to step up and run.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Second down and 8. Lawrence. And will not get the connection there, and it's incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They go play action now. Lawrence. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So it's a win for the Bucs here, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their quarterback, CD, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he really had his A game tonight. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, and he was instrumental in earning this victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.